Let me ask you this. Why do some men seem to have women gravitate toward them effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly? If you think it's about money, looks, or charm, let me tell you, you've been lied to. The truth is raw, unfiltered, and maybe even hard to swallow. But if you're ready to hear it, ready to transform, ready to become the kind of man who doesn't chase but attracts, stick with me. And hey, if you're ready to watch this video all the way to the end and unlock the blueprint for becoming the man women truly want, drop a "let's go" in the comments right now. Because trust me, you've never heard attraction explained like this before. Attraction is not about what society has brainwashed you into believing. It's not about flaunting a luxury lifestyle, memorizing pickup lines, or faking confidence. Real attraction, true, lasting, and powerful attraction, is about who you are at your core. Women, especially high-value women, aren't fooled by superficial tricks. They're drawn to authenticity, strength, and purpose. But here's the kicker. Most men are playing a losing game because they don't even know the rules. This video is your wake-up call. We're going to uncover the Stoic principles that turn you into a man who naturally attracts the kind of women you truly want in your life. By the end of this, you'll not only understand why women behave the way they do, but you'll have the tools to elevate yourself to a level where you don't chase. Women will want to be part of your life. So buckle up, and don't forget, when you like, share, or subscribe to this channel, you're making sure content like this reaches more men who need to hear this truth. Let's get started. Number 1. Understanding female psychology. Let's break the illusions right now. The way most men think about women is completely wrong. Society has fed you the idea that women are looking for a man with six-pack abs, a fat bank account, and a charming smile. But here's the reality. Those things might catch her attention, but they won't keep it. Why? Because women are wired to look deeper. A high-value woman isn't impressed by surface-level success. She's seeking something far more profound, and most men don't even realize it. Women are biologically and psychologically attuned to certain traits that signal strength, stability, and leadership. This doesn't mean you have to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or a world-class athlete. It means you need to show up as a man who is secure in himself. When a woman senses that you are directionless, needy, or trying too hard to win her over, she will lose interest faster than you can blink. And you know what? That's on you. Think about it. Have you ever tried to impress a woman by bragging about your job, your car, or some other achievement, only to have her nod politely and move on? That's because those things don't touch her emotional core. Women are not inspired by what you have. They are inspired by who you are. A man who understands himself, his purpose, and his power is magnetic, even if he doesn't have the flashiest lifestyle. And that's the key most men miss. If you want to capture a woman's attention, you need to meet her on a deeper level. You need to connect with her emotions, her intuition, her need for security, not in a material sense, but in an emotional and psychological one. She wants to feel like she can trust you, not just with her safety, but with her emotions and her vulnerability. Women don't just want a partner, they want a leader. They don't just want a provider, they want a protector. And most importantly, they don't just want a man who can entertain them, they want a man who inspires them. Now let's address the elephant in the room. You might be thinking, if women are so deep and intuitive, why do so many of them seem to go for the flashy bad boy types? Here's the truth. Those men aren't winning because they're bad boys. They're winning because they exude confidence and certainty. The bad boy might be toxic, but at least he knows what he wants, and that certainty can be intoxicating, at least for a while. But here's the catch. Those relationships almost always burn out because there's no substance behind the spark. If you want to keep a high-value woman, you need to bring the confidence of a bad boy, but pair it with the depth of a man who's mastered himself. Number 2. Virtue over vanity. Men today are obsessed with appearances. You're scrolling through Instagram, seeing guys with ripped abs, luxury watches and exotic vacations, and you're thinking, that's what I need to attract women. Wrong. Those are distractions. They might grab her attention for a moment, but they won't hold it. Because at the end of the day, what women truly value, what makes them stay, is character. Let me tell you a little secret. Virtue is your superpower. And no, I'm not talking about being a pushover or a nice guy. I'm talking about living by a set of principles that guide your life and define your decisions. Virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-mastery are not just abstract ideas. They are the building blocks of a man who commands respect and admiration. And here's the thing. A man who commands respect automatically commands attraction. Imagine this. You're on a date, and instead of bragging about your job or your car, you share a story about a time you faced a tough situation and made the right choice, even when it wasn't easy. That's what makes a woman's eyes light up. She's thinking, this is a man who knows who he is. This is a man I can trust. That's the kind of impression that lasts. Wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing yourself. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about doing what's right, even when you're scared. Justice isn't about playing judge and jury. It's about treating others with fairness and respect. And self-mastery? That's the foundation of it all. A man who can control his impulses, his emotions, and his desires is unstoppable. And women can sense this. It's in the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. It's in the decisions you make, the way you treat people, and the way you handle adversity. Virtue is magnetic, and the sooner you embrace it, the sooner you'll start attracting the kind of women who see your worth. Virtue is not about pretending to be perfect. Women don't want perfection. They want authenticity. They want a man who is real, who owns his flaws, and who is committed to becoming better every day. That's what makes you stand out in a world full of men who are too busy trying to impress, to focus on what really matters. Number 3, authenticity wins every time. This might be the most important thing you'll hear today. Stop pretending. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Women can smell inauthenticity from a mile away, and it's an instant turn-off. Here's the deal. The world is full of men who are putting on a show. They're flashing their money, their muscles, their cars, trying to prove something. And you know what? It's exhausting. For you and for the women you're trying to attract. Because deep down, you're not being real. And deep down, she knows it. Authenticity is your most powerful weapon, and yet it's the one thing most men are afraid to embrace. Why? Because being authentic means being vulnerable. It means showing the world who you really are, flaws and all. And let's be honest, that's scary. But here's the irony. When you're real, when you're honest, when you're unapologetically yourself, you become magnetic. Women are drawn to authenticity because it's rare. In a world full of fakes, being genuine is a breath of fresh air. Let me break it down for you. Being authentic doesn't mean spilling your deepest secrets to every woman you meet. It means being honest about who you are and what you stand for. It means owning your story, your struggles, your failures, your victories. It means showing up as the same person in every situation, whether you're with your friends, your family, or a woman you're interested in. Consistency builds trust, and trust is the foundation of attraction. But here's the kicker. Authenticity is not just about being real with others, it's about being real with yourself. Most men are walking around with a mask on, not just for the world, but for themselves. They're pretending to be someone they're not, because they're afraid of facing their own insecurities. If that's you, it's time to take the mask off. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What do I believe in? The answers to those questions will set you free. Women don't want a man who is perfect. They want a man who is real. They want someone who can laugh at his mistakes, who can admit when he's wrong, and who is willing to grow. That's what makes you relatable. That's what makes you human. And that's what makes you irresistible. Number 4. Emotional resilience as a magnet. Life is not a fairy tale. It's not all smooth sailing, and if you think being a good guy is enough to win over high-value women, you're mistaken. Here's the harsh reality. Women are paying attention to how you handle adversity. Emotional resilience, the ability to stay calm, grounded and strong in the face of chaos, is not just attractive, it's essential. Why? Because life is unpredictable, and a woman wants to know that the man by her side won't crumble when things get tough. How many times have you seen a man lose his temper, sulk, or throw a tantrum when things didn't go his way? It's embarrassing, right? Now imagine what a woman feels in those moments. She sees weakness, she sees instability, and in that instant, her attraction to you plummets. Emotional resilience, on the other hand, shows her that you are reliable, steady, and unshaken by the world's storms. That's a rare quality, and it's one that every high-value woman desires in a partner. Emotional resilience doesn't mean you never feel emotions. It means you control your emotions. They don't control you. It means you face challenges with composure, not panic. You assess situations rationally instead of reacting impulsively. And most importantly, you maintain your sense of self-worth, no matter what life throws at you. Women notice this. They're wired to seek stability because stability equals safety, and safety is a fundamental human need. Imagine this scenario. You're on a date, and the waiter messes up your order. Do you lose your temper and start complaining loudly, or do you handle it calmly, maybe even with a bit of humor? That one moment tells her everything she needs to know about how you handle stress. A man who can stay composed in small challenges shows he can be trusted in bigger ones, and that's attractive on a primal level. The good news is, emotional resilience is a skill you can develop. It starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to how you react to stress, setbacks, or criticism. Are you quick to anger? Do you shut down? Or do you face the situation with confidence and grace? Practice mindfulness, meditation, or journaling to strengthen your ability to stay calm under pressure. And remember, every setback is an opportunity to grow. The next time life throws you a curveball, ask yourself, how can I handle this like the man I aspire to be? Women want a man who can handle adversity because adversity is inevitable. If you're the type of man who rises to the occasion, who remains unshaken by life's storms, you become a beacon of strength and stability. That's the kind of man who doesn't just attract women, he earns their respect and admiration. Number 5. The power of boundaries. Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood aspects of being a man: boundaries. Most men think that saying yes to everything makes them likable. They think bending over backward for a woman will make her stay. But here's the truth. A man without boundaries is a man without self-respect. And if you don't respect yourself, why would she respect you? Boundaries are not about shutting people out or being harsh. They're about knowing your worth and refusing to compromise it. When you have clear boundaries, you're telling the world, this is who I am, and this is what I stand for. Women find this incredibly attractive because it shows strength and conviction. On the flip side, when you allow others to walk all over you, you're signaling weakness. And weakness is the biggest attraction killer. Think about it. How many times have you seen a man agree to something he clearly doesn't want to do just to keep the peace or avoid conflict? Maybe it's you. Maybe you've said yes to plans you hated, changed your opinions to match hers, or ignored your own needs to make her happy. And where did it get you? Nowhere. Because a woman doesn't want a pushover. She wants a man who can stand his ground. Let me give you a real-world example. Say you're dating someone and she starts testing your limits. Maybe she's late to every date, or she flakes on plans last minute. If you let it slide, thinking it's no big deal, you're sending a message that your time doesn't matter. But if you calmly address it, hey, I value my time and I need you to respect that, you're showing her that you have standards. And guess what? Women respect standards. But boundaries aren't just about saying no. They're also about saying yes to the things that align with your values and goals. Boundaries help you filter out what's not worth your energy so you can focus on what is. And here's the best part. When you set boundaries, you create a sense of mystery. You're not available 24/7. You're not bending over backward to win her approval. And that makes you more desirable because it shows that you have a life outside of her. Here's how you can start setting boundaries today. First, identify your non-negotiables. What are the values and standards you refuse to compromise on? Next, communicate them clearly and respectfully. And finally, enforce them consistently. Remember, boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about controlling yourself. When you live by your boundaries, you attract women who respect and value you for who you are, not for what you're willing to give up. Number 6. Amor fati. Love your fate. Rejection, failure, heartbreak. These are the things men fear most. But here's the truth. These are also the things that shape you into the man you're meant to be. The Stoics have a term for this: amor fati, or love your fate. It's the idea that everything that happens to you, good or bad, is a gift. And when you learn to embrace this mindset, you become unstoppable. Let's get one thing straight. Rejection is not the end of the world. It's not even a reflection of your worth. It's simply a moment in time when someone didn't see your value. And you know what? That's okay. Because your value doesn't decrease just because someone else failed to recognize it. What matters is how you respond to rejection. Do you let it crush you, or do you use it as fuel to become better? Here's a hard pill to swallow. Most men handle rejection the wrong way. They either wallow in self-pity or lash out in anger. Neither of these reactions serves you. Instead, embrace rejection as a lesson. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? When you approach rejection with curiosity instead of defensiveness, you turn it into an opportunity for self-improvement. But amor fati isn't just about rejection. It's about loving every part of your journey, even the difficult parts. It's about realizing that every setback, every failure, every heartbreak is shaping you into the man you're destined to become. Women notice this. They notice how you handle adversity, and it speaks volumes about your character. A man who can face life's challenges with grace and strength is a man they can trust. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're dating someone and things don't work out. Instead of blaming her or feeling sorry for yourself, you take a step back and reflect. Maybe you realize you weren't as confident as you thought. Maybe you see areas where you can grow. And then, instead of dwelling on the past, you take action. You work on yourself, you build your confidence, and you move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. That's amor fati in action. When you learn to love your fate, you become resilient. You stop fearing failure because you understand that it's part of the process. You stop chasing validation because you know your worth. And you stop letting rejection define you because you're too focused on your growth to care. Women are drawn to this kind of energy. They're drawn to a man who doesn't just survive life's challenges, but thrives because of them. Embracing amor fati isn't easy. It requires you to let go of control and trust that everything is happening for your benefit. But once you do, you'll find a sense of peace and confidence that's unshakable. And that, my friend, is the ultimate form of attraction. Number 7. The confidence of quiet power. When most men hear the word confidence, they think of loud, extroverted personalities who dominate conversations, crack jokes, and soak up attention. But let me tell you something. That kind of confidence is shallow, and it only works on a surface level. The kind of confidence that truly attracts high-value women is quiet, grounded, and unshakable. It's the confidence of a man who doesn't need to prove himself to anyone because he already knows his worth. Here's the secret most men don't understand. Confidence isn't about what you say. It's about how you carry yourself. It's in your posture, your tone, your eye contact. It's in the way you walk into a room, not seeking validation, but owning your space. A confident man doesn't chase attention because he doesn't need it. He knows his value, and that self-assurance radiates in everything he does. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two men walk into a bar. The first one is loud, cracking jokes, trying to impress everyone around him. He might get a few laughs, maybe even some attention, but it's fleeting. The second man walks in calmly, scans the room, and sits down without saying a word. He's not trying to impress anyone, and yet people can't help but notice him. That's the power of quiet confidence. Quiet confidence is about being secure in who you are, not because of what you've achieved or what you own, but because of the strength of your character. It's about knowing that you don't need to shout to be heard, and you don't need to perform to be valued. This kind of confidence is magnetic because it's rare. In a world full of men who are trying too hard, the man who is simply at peace with himself stands out. But how do you cultivate quiet confidence? It starts with self-awareness. Take a hard look at yourself and identify where your insecurities lie. Are you trying to prove something to others? Are you seeking approval? Once you identify these patterns, you can start to let them go. Quiet confidence comes from within, and it's built on a foundation of self-respect and self-mastery. Another key to quiet confidence is competence. When you're good at something, whether it's your job, a hobby, or a skill, you naturally feel more secure. Women are drawn to men who are competent because competence signals reliability. It shows that you can handle yourself, that you're capable and dependable. So if there's an area in your life where you feel lacking, invest the time to improve. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. And let's not forget about emotional intelligence. Quiet confidence isn't just about being composed. It's about being in tune with yourself and others. It's about knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to wait. Women notice these subtleties and they find them incredibly attractive. A man who is emotionally intelligent exudes a sense of calm and control that makes others feel safe in his presence. Quiet confidence doesn't just attract women, it commands respect. It makes people take notice, not because you're shouting for their attention, but because your presence speaks for itself. And when you pair quiet confidence with authenticity and purpose, you become the kind of man who doesn't just attract high-value women, he inspires them. Number 8. Mastery of communication. If there's one skill that separates the men who thrive in relationships from the men who struggle, it's communication. But here's the thing. Most men have no idea how to communicate effectively. They either talk too much, trying to impress, or they talk too little, afraid of saying the wrong thing. Neither approach works. High-value women aren't looking for a man who dazzles them with words. They're looking for a man who can connect with them on a deeper level. Here's the first rule of mastering communication. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Sounds simple, right? But so many men complicate things by playing games, avoiding honesty, or trying to manipulate the conversation. Women can sense this a mile away, and it's an instant turn-off. If you want to connect with a woman, you need to be clear, direct, and authentic. Tell her what you think, how you feel, and what you want, but do it with respect and emotional intelligence. Let's talk about listening, because this is where most men fail. True communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening, really listening. When a woman speaks, she's not just sharing words, she's sharing her feelings, her thoughts, and her perspective. If you're too busy thinking about what you're going to say next, you're missing the point. Listening isn't passive, it's active. It's about being fully present and engaged, showing her that you value what she has to say. Imagine she's telling you about a tough day at work. Instead of jumping in with advice or trying to fix the problem, just listen, nod, make eye contact, and let her finish. Then say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. How are you feeling about it?" That one simple response shows her that you're not just hearing her, you're understanding her. And that kind of connection is rare. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Vulnerability. Most men think that being vulnerable makes them weak, but the opposite is true. Vulnerability is strength. It shows that you're secure enough in yourself to share your feelings and experiences. When you open up, you create space for her to do the same, and that's where real intimacy begins. But here's the key. Vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or dumping all your emotions on her. It means being honest about who you are and what you feel, in a way that's balanced and respectful. Body language is another crucial aspect of communication. Did you know that most of what we communicate isn't through words? It's through our posture, facial expressions, and gestures. Women are incredibly attuned to these signals, so if your words don't match your body language, she'll pick up on it. For example, if you're saying you're confident, but your posture is slouched and your voice is shaky, she won't believe you. Mastering body language is about aligning your words with your actions. Stand tall, make eye contact, and speak with clarity. Finally, let's talk about emotional regulation. In any conversation, emotions can run high, especially if there's conflict or tension. The way you handle these moments can make or break the connection. If you react impulsively, yelling, blaming, or shutting down, you're showing her that you lack control. But if you can stay calm, composed, and solution-focused, you're showing her that you're a man who can handle challenges with grace. And that's attractive on every level. Here's the bottom line. Communication isn't just a skill, it's an art. It's about creating a space where both of you feel seen, heard, and valued. When you master this art, you'll not only attract high-value women, you'll build deeper, more meaningful connections with everyone in your life. Number 9. Leading with purpose. Let me tell you something most men don't realize. A man without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. You might drift along, but you'll never get anywhere meaningful. And here's the kicker. Women can sense this lack of direction from the very first interaction. It's not about having your entire life figured out. That's impossible. It's about having a sense of where you're going, what you value, and what you're working toward. A man with purpose radiates a sense of confidence and focus that women find magnetic. Without it, you're just another guy lost in the crowd. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a mission because purpose signals strength and stability. It tells her that you're not relying on her to fill some void in your life. You've got your own thing going, your own goals, and your own drive. And the beautiful thing is, when you're truly focused on your purpose, you stop chasing. You stop needing external validation because your fulfillment comes from within. Ironically, this is when women start noticing you the most, because there's nothing more attractive than a man who's deeply passionate about something bigger than himself. Let's break this down into something actionable. What does it mean to have a purpose? It doesn't necessarily mean you need to be running a multi-million-dollar business or pursuing some grandiose dream. Your purpose could be as simple as mastering a skill, building a career you're proud of, or dedicating yourself to personal growth. The key is that your purpose should align with your values and give your life meaning. If you're not sure what your purpose is, start by asking yourself these questions. What excites me? What am I naturally good at? What problems do I want to solve in the world? The answers will guide you toward the path you're meant to walk. Now, here's where most men get it wrong. They think purpose is something you find, but it's actually something you create. Purpose isn't handed to you. It's built through action. You don't sit around waiting for some grand epiphany. You start doing, experimenting, and learning. Purpose is a process, not a destination. And as you work toward it, you'll notice a shift in how you carry yourself. You'll walk taller, speak with more conviction, and approach life with greater enthusiasm. This energy is contagious, and women will naturally be drawn to it. Purpose also acts as a filter. When you're clear about what you want in life, you'll attract women who align with your vision and values. You won't waste time chasing relationships that don't serve your growth. Instead, you'll find partners who support and inspire you, who want to be part of your journey. This doesn't mean you need to be rigid or closed off. It means you set the tone for the kind of life you want to lead. And trust me, when you lead with purpose, the right women will follow. But let's get real for a moment. Finding and pursuing your purpose isn't easy. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to fail. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when you feel like giving up. But these are the moments that define you. A man with purpose doesn't quit. He adapts, learns, and keeps moving forward. And it's this resilience that sets you apart from the rest. Women are watching, not to see if you succeed, but to see how you handle the journey. Your dedication to your purpose, even in the face of challenges, shows her that you're the kind of man she can trust and admire. So here's the takeaway. Stop chasing women and start chasing your purpose. When you prioritize your mission, everything else falls into place. You become more confident, more focused, and more attractive, not just to women, but to the world. And remember, your purpose is yours alone. Don't let anyone, not society, not your family, not even a woman, dictate what it should be. Own it, live it, and let it guide you. Number 10. Consistency is king. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked, but absolutely essential. Consistency. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is distracted and chasing the next big thing, being consistent is a superpower. It's not flashy, it's not glamorous, but it's what builds trust, respect, and ultimately attraction. Women aren't just looking for a man who can sweep them off their feet for a night. They want someone who shows up day after day, week after week, year after year. And that's where most men fail. Consistency is about more than just keeping your promises. It's about aligning your actions with your words over time. It's about being the same person in every situation, reliable, dependable, and steady. Women pay close attention to this because inconsistency signals instability. If you're hot and cold, if you're great one day and absent the next, she'll start questioning whether she can trust you. And without trust, there is no attraction. Here's a simple truth. Consistency is unforgettable. Think about it. Flashy gestures and grand declarations might grab her attention for a moment, but it's the little things you do consistently that make a lasting impression. It's the way you follow through on your plans without making excuses. It's the way you're there for her, even when it's inconvenient. These small, consistent actions build a foundation of trust and respect. But consistency isn't just about her, it's about you. Are you consistent in your habits, your values, and your goals? Are you showing up for yourself as much as you're showing up for others? Consistency starts with self-discipline. It's about doing what you said you would do, even when no one is watching. It's about staying committed to your growth, even when it's hard. When you're consistent with yourself, it naturally extends to your relationships. Women notice this. They see that you're a man of integrity, someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but walks the walk. And that's incredibly attractive. Let's break it down into actionable steps. First, identify the areas where you struggle with consistency. Maybe it's your fitness routine, your work habits, or your communication in relationships. Whatever it is, start small. Commit to one action you can do every day, no matter what. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to work on your goals, or maybe it's making a conscious effort to respond to texts in a timely manner. The key is to build momentum. As you prove to yourself that you can stay consistent, your confidence will grow, and so will your ability to maintain it in other areas. Now let's address a common fear. What if I mess up? What if I miss a day or fail to follow through? Here's the thing. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. If you slip up, don't use it as an excuse to quit. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and get back on track. Women aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for effort. They want to see that you're committed to being better, not just for them, but for yourself. Consistency also requires boundaries. If you're constantly saying yes to everything, you'll burn out and end up resenting the people you're trying to please. Learn to prioritize what matters most and let go of the rest. This shows women that you value your time and energy, which makes you even more attractive. Remember, being consistent doesn't mean being available 24/7. It means being reliable when it counts. At the end of the day, consistency is what separates the boys from the men. It's what turns fleeting attraction into lasting respect. It's what builds relationships that stand the test of time. So if you want to stand out in a world full of distractions and short-term thinking, be the man who shows up every single time. Because in a world of chaos, consistency is king. Attraction isn't about tricks or tactics, it's about transformation. When you embrace these Stoic principles, you become a man who doesn't just attract high-value women, you become a high-value man. So here's my challenge to you. Start today. Start becoming the man you were meant to be. If you found value in this, hit the subscribe button. It helps YouTube recommend this content to other men who need to hear this message. And drop a comment below. I choose growth. Let's build a community of men who are ready to rise together.